everyone, good morning and welcome to this morning's live guidance session. I'm your host, Mrs. Cumberbatch, and this morning we'll be focusing on emotional wellness and the importance of emotional wellness. So I'll be giving you a definition, some signs and symptoms to look out for, and some tips that can help you with your emotional health, right? And at this time, I would like you to view and listen to this video and post your thoughts about it. Check it out.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just a sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, you say I love when I can't feel it. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I'm held when I'm falling short. And when I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. You say I'm loved when I can't feel it. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. And you say I'm held when I'm falling short. When I don't belong, oh, you say I'm yours. And I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Taking all I had and now I'm laying it at your feet. You have every failure, God. You have every victory. Ooh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel it. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. You say I'm held when I'm falling short. When I don't belong, oh, you say
So right there in that video, you realize what Lauren is saying, that she has been combating some negative thoughts in her mind sometimes at night. And the reality is sometimes the thoughts that we have, it affects our self-esteem. And our self-esteem is closely linked to our emotional wellness. So it's important for you to have a positive self-esteem. But let us focus more on emotional wellness. And this morning, I want to ask you, how are you? I know that normally in passing, people would say, how are you? And we say, oh, I'm fine. Or they might say, how are you? And just pass along. But how are you? If someone should ask you, how are you really doing? What would be your response? Look at this picture and tell me, are you sad? Are you happy? Are you confused? Are you angry? Are you scared? Are you nervous? How are you feeling right now? And that has to do with your emotional wellness, right? Emotional wellness has to do with how you feel, and this can affect your everyday activities, your relationships, and your overall mental health. How you react to your experiences and feelings can change over time. Your emotional wellness is your ability to successfully handle life stresses and adapt to its changes and difficulties. The reality is, life has a way of happening. Life will throw us some curveballs that we ourselves did not expect at all. And this could be the great corona, or it could be the passing of a loved one, or it could be the end of a relationship. How does this affect us? Life has a way of just happening, and this can offset our emotional wellness. But hear what? Don't worry about it. I have some keys coming up just now to help you to balance your emotional state. Emotional wellness involves self-awareness. Self-awareness means knowing about yourself, who you are, who am I, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what are my likes, what are my dislikes, what are some of the things that really irritates me, what are some of the things that brings me joy. So self-awareness is knowing about yourself and knowing about your environment. And when you do this, it causes your emotional reactions to match your circumstances that trigger them. And you will know how to alter and how to deal with your emotions. It's quite normal to feel agitated if your friend or your family member gets you really upset. It's quite okay to be angry. The Bible says be angry but sin not, because anger is a normal emotion. But when you take it to another level where you get angry and you start to use those curse words or you become physical, that is when you realize that your emotional wellness is out of control and you need to reel it back in. Right? Got me? Got me. Right. The other part of emotional wellness is acceptance. And acceptance means letting yourself experience your emotions without ignoring them or feeling guilt or shame. So now I am going to focus on the guys. In our society, we are taught and we are encouraged as men, I'm not a man, but you, as men, not to cry. But think about it. When you are happy, what do? Don't you laugh? You jump for joy. So when you are sad, what are you supposed to do? You cry. It's a normal emotion, and you are expected to experience that. And crying is therapeutic because it gets out all that built up tension, sadness, and anger that you have inside. If you want to see the strength of a man, cry. Girls, ladies, women, I am sure you don't mind seeing your man cry. You know why? Because it shows that side of them that they can be vulnerable and that they are sensitive. So that myth that we have that boys should not cry or big men don't cry, nah, let's throw that out the door. It's a normal emotion. When you are sad, cry. Bawl if you have to, but let it out. All right? Wonderful. The other one that I have is very important, and it speaks about resilience, right? And resilience is the courage to come back or bounce back. And as you can see in this photo, I want you to look very good at it. And if you notice the cracked surface, how can a flower come from that? We can come back from anything. Imagine, we didn't know Corona was coming our way, and when we knew, and it came, do you remember the night when you were sitting patiently waiting for the Ministry of Health to tell you in their conference why they were gathering there? And then when they said, we had our first case, oh my God. I can just imagine how you were feeling, because I know how I was feeling, right? And some thoughts probably came through your mind, how we're gonna get through this? Oh God, we're dead now. But here we are in the month of June, in the middle of June, and where are we? We are still here. I'm still alive, you are still alive. We still have health. Ain't God good? Yes, He is. So resilience means you can bounce back from anything. And if it's one thing as Vincentians, we are a resilient people. So big up yourself for that. Thumbs up, you are resilient. And if you can make it through Corona, trust me, you can make it through anything else. So regardless of those emotions that may want to keep you trapped and may want to make you fall into depression or suicidal tendencies or self-harm, just realize that you have that power. It's innate. It is inside of you to build yourself, to bounce back, to boost yourself. You've got this. You've got this. You've got this. So when you bounce back, emotional, resilient people, you have to actively participate in your recovery. So you do this by doing positive affirmations. I will achieve. I am successful. I am strong. I am brave. I can do this. So you use positive affirmations. You can use music, inspiring music, and you can dance to music as well. You can use art and craft. You can even seek help. You can seek help from a trusted friend, a pastor, family member, or a counselor like myself, right? We are here to help you. There's nothing wrong in seeking help. No man is an island, no man stands alone, and at some point in our lives, we need each other. So it's okay for you to reach out when you feel as if you're emotionally unstable. We need that accountability person to help us back on track to our emotional health. All right? Good. The other one is making positive choices, right? And this is the simplest expression of emotional wellness. So when we make positive choices, we act in accordance to, when we make positive choices, we act in accordance with our overall well-being. So we resist to use self-defeating words. We resist to use abusive words at the end of a stressful day. So we choose to calm ourselves instead of going off or exploding. And we talk to our parents, counselor about troubling thoughts, or just choosing to pursue optimism instead of pessimism. Choosing to be positive instead of negative. Another part of building your emotional wellness is positive relationship. It is important to create a support network. or friends or family members, and avoid those who may send you down a negative path. You will always have people who will try to send you down a negative path. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what class of society you belong to. Once you are human and you are alive, you will always have people who will try to say negative things or do negative things to you that will impact you emotionally. But here's what you should do. Use that as a stepping stone to your progress in life. Don't let that defeat you, but rise above and overcome. Remember, a true friend will build you up and not knock you down. A true friend will build you up and not knock you down. So choose your friends wisely, because they in turn will help you with your emotional health. And now I'm going to give you some helpful tips to deal with our emotional health. But before that, let's look into some signs of emotional distress. So you're wondering, how can I know how I am doing emotionally? These are some of the signs. Inability to sleep. Are you unable to sleep? Are you unable to eat? Are you unable to concentrate? You have impulsive behaviors. Are you having thoughts of self-harm, harming yourself? Are you having suicidal thoughts? Are you feeling depressed? You're just sad all the time. You feel lonely all the time. You don't want to be around anyone. You don't want to hear anything. You just want to be by yourself. Are you feeling hopeless? Are you feeling anxious, anxiety? Do you have inexplicable sadness, and this can lead to depression? Are you having flashbacks or extreme mood swings? And here are some others. Some tips now to enhance emotional wellness. Think before you act. It is always best to stop in the moment, because when anger goes up, thinking goes down. So stop in the moment. Think before you act. Manage your stress. Strive for balance. Take care of your physical health. Connect with others. Find purpose and meaning. Express your feelings in appropriate ways. Be aware of your emotions and your reactions. And here are some additional helpful tips for you. 1, develop awareness. The more in tune we are to our emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, the more we can take charge of them and the less control they have over us. So practice paying attention to yourself and to how you're feeling on purpose, rather than waiting until you feel overwhelmed or out of control. Stop frequently during the day and assess how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and what you're doing. When you become aware of your shifting emotions, you tend to them before they flare up. The second one, accept your feelings. We are human beings with a wide range of feelings. Emotional health does not mean having only good feelings. We have bad feelings as well. And it does not mean that we ignore the bad feelings, but let yourself feel all of your emotions. And this reduces the punch, because you're not fighting and resisting and thus focusing on how you feel. So you develop awareness, you accept your feelings, you develop your perspective. There are 2 theories or therapies, cognitive behavior therapy and rational emotive behavior therapy, that focuses on our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. And both of them assert that problems in and of themselves are not problems. It's our thoughts and feelings about the problems that are difficult and challenging. So begin to see things from a different perspective. Is there good in a bad situation? So you would stop and think, is there good in this situation? Could the person who just snapped at you had a reason for their behavior other than you? And the fourth one I have that I love dearly, laugh. It is important for you to laugh. And it's good when you can laugh at yourself. Humor gives you power. So finding something amusing throughout your emotional state can help you to get back to the place that you want to be, right? Laughing is good for us. Even if it means that you have to take a little break, watch some videos that will crack you up, have you rolling on the floor, running out the room, water streaming down your eyes, that is important. So laugh. Practice mindfulness, and this is using all of your senses. And mindfulness, I will give you just a short example. You can place your hand, find a quiet place first and foremost, and try to block out everything. You can sit with your legs crossed, or you can stand, and you place your hand on your tummy, and you just feel the sensation of it rising as you inhale and deflating as you exhale. And you are mindful of all the smells around you and what you are hearing, if there are birds chirping or dogs barking or whatever is happening around you. That is mindfulness. And there are different ways that you could do mindfulness, but this actually helps you to focus on you and center your emotions. Enhance emotional regulation. Emotional regulation involves keeping our emotions in check. We are aware of them, we allow others and ourselves to feel them, but we don't get consumed by them. Our emotions should not dictate our actions. Impulse control is part of emotional regulation. Practice noticing your feelings and choosing not to act on them. So, when, for example, those who are parents, if your child has a meltdown and inside you just really want to burst and give them one hard lash, instead of doing that, calm down first. Calm yourself down so you regulate your emotions in order to talk to your child calmly about what he or she did. So how you react is critical to enhance your emotional wellness. Be optimistic, be positive, find something positive even in every negative situation. One positive thing I will quickly say, Corona has so many negative effects, but there are some positive. One positive thing is y'all were forced to actually stay with your family. So you had to get to know your family, whether you liked it or not. So that's a good thing. So in everything, be optimistic. Find something positive about the situation, right? And be creative, like myself. So I created a wellness wheel, right? And this is my wellness wheel. And I have on it sing, talk to someone, relax, exercise, hugs and kisses, games, meditation, pray, self-talk, music, journal, movie. So there are some times when you're emotionally imbalanced and you don't know what to do, or you don't feel like doing anything, but you need to get up. That's the first thing that you need to do. You need to get up and find something constructive to do. So, with this emotional wellness wheel, you can take a spin and look, you can be creative and do your own thing. You don't have to follow me exactly. You are unique and creative in your own way, so do you. You can add things to your wheel, you could subtract, you could divide, multiply, do you. Right. So, I'm not feeling so well at all. I got some very depressing news. And I need to uplift my spirit. what should I do? I go to my emotional wellness wheel and I take a spin. And it said, games. So I'm going to find a game that I love. And I love dominoes and football. And I'm going to find a game that I love and I'm going to engage in that. Now, you can just do one activity or you can do several activities on the wheel, your wheel. Spin the wheel as much as you want. The point is, you're doing this until you reach a place where you feel good about yourself again. Right? So after I play my games, I want to spin again. And it says pray. So I go to God and I make sure that I pray. And prayer always works. That's one thing for sure. You can always talk to God to help you with your emotions. Because sometimes family may not be around, friends may not be around, and counselor may not be around, and nobody is around to help you. But God is always there. He's a very present help in times of trouble. So you can always turn to God, right? And I leave this last quote with you that says, emotional wellness inspires self-care, relaxation, stress reduction, and the development of inner strength. It is important to be attentive to both positive and negative feelings and be able to understand how to handle these emotions. Emotional wellness also includes the ability to learn and grow from experiences. Next. And my motivational quote for you today says, we all need to free ourselves of emotional clutter. The same way we clean out our closet, we must be able to organize our emotional baggage into compartments to make room for healthy and happy relationships. Once you free up wasted emotional space, you can fill it with meaningful people and memories that will help to comfort and heal you. So I hope that I was of some help to you today with your emotional wellness that overall helps with your mental health. And I'm going to leave you again with the song that we played in the beginning by Lauren Daigle. It says, You Say. Listen to it carefully and especially the ending. Have a good day.